Hello friends, so today we are going to start our syllabus of class ninth mathematics. So we'll start from the very first chapter, that is number systems. Okay, number systems. So in this we'll start with the classification of numbers. How many types of numbers are there? So let's start from the classification of the number. Classification of numbers. Okay, so in this very first is natural numbers. Now natural numbers are numbers that we use for counting. Okay, numbers that are used for counting are called natural number, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to infinity. Okay, so here I do write counting number, counting numbers are called natural numbers. Counting numbers are called natural numbers. Okay, generally natural numbers are denoted by capital N. Okay, so here I can write natural number is 1, 2, 3, 4 up to infinity. Okay, this symbol is known as infinity. That means there are infinite numbers. So that's why we do write it will start from 1 and it will goes up to infinity. That is the very first category of the classification of numbers, natural numbers. After that, next category is whole numbers. Now whole numbers, see, we have natural numbers starting from 1, 2, 3, 4 up to infinity. Now if we include one more number in the collection of natural numbers, we'll get the collection of whole numbers. So if 0 is included, okay, if 0 is included in the collection of natural numbers, if 0 is included in the collection of natural numbers, we get the collection of whole numbers. We get the collection of whole numbers. Collection of whole numbers. In general, whole numbers are denoted by capital W. So we will start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to infinity. Now here we can say that every natural number is a whole number, but every whole number is not a natural number. So take a note over here. Take a note that every natural number is a whole number. Okay, 1 is a whole number, 2 is a whole number, 5 is a whole number, 4. Every natural number is a whole number, but every whole number need not be a natural number. For example, 0 is not a natural number. 1, 2, 3, 4, we can say all are natural numbers. Okay, so every natural number, every natural number is a whole number. Every natural number is a whole number, but every whole number, need not be a natural number. Need not be a natural number, need not be a natural number. Okay, in other words we can say except 0 every whole number is a natural number. Okay, so note down this, then we see the next category of the classification of the numbers. Okay, after this, now next we will see integers. Okay, next we will see integers. Third one is integers. So now integer is, we can say, negative of natural numbers, 0 and natural numbers. So we can define this, all natural numbers 0 and, okay, all natural numbers 0 and negative of natural numbers, and negative of natural numbers forms the collection of integers, that means negative of natural numbers, 0 and then natural numbers. So in general, these integers are denoted by capital I or capital Z. So that can be written as, suppose we will start from minus infinity, then minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, then 0, then 1, 2, 3, 4, up to infinity. Okay, this is the collection of, see, these are the negative natural numbers, this is 0 and this natural number. So this collection is called the integers. After that, next is even numbers. Even number, it's very easy. Even numbers, we can say a number whose unit digits is 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8, or in other words we can say any integer which is divisible by 2 is called an even number. So integers, okay, integers which are divisible by 2, are called even numbers, are called even numbers, are called even numbers. or or we can say that numbers whose unit digit is, or numbers whose unit digit whose unit digit is 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8 are called even numbers, are called even numbers. Okay, and in general even numbers are denoted by, in general even numbers are denoted by capital E. So here I can say even numbers, okay, minus infinity, then here I can start from minus 6, minus 4, minus 2, 0. Yes, 0 is an even number. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8 and up to infinity. Okay, so students are being confused whether 0 is an even number or not. 0 is an even number. Okay, so this is about integers even. So note it down, then we'll see the odd numbers. Okay, after this next is odd number. Okay, odd number. Fifth one is odd number. So all natural numbers or all integers which are not divisible by 2 are called odd numbers. So all integers which are not divisible by 2, which are not divisible by 2 are called odd numbers. Generally odd numbers are denoted by capital O. So here I can write this -5, -3, -1, then 1, 3, 5 and so on. So these are the odd numbers. So here again, if we try to create some questions, so I can say every odd number is an integer, but every integer is not an odd number. Similarly, every even number is an integer, but every integer is not a even number. Okay, so here you can take this note that every odd number, every odd number is an integer, but every integer, need not be an odd number, need not be an odd number. Okay, similarly we can say every even number is an integer, but every integer need not be an even number. So one more note, you can take it. So every, okay, here so many different statements can be formed other than these two. See, if I say every odd number is a natural number, then this will be false, because there are some negative numbers in the set of or in the collection of odd numbers. Okay, and can we say every natural number is a odd number? No, that is also false. Every natural number is not an odd number. Okay, so this type of statements can be created. So for that you must understand what is odd number, even number, natural number, integer, whole number. So here every even number is an integer, but every integer need not be an even number, need not be an even number. Okay, so please note it down. Then we'll see the next type of number, that is prime numbers. Okay, now next we'll see the prime number. Okay, next sixth one is prime number. Okay, so prime number, all natural numbers okay, all natural numbers, those have 1 and itself as a factor, and itself as a factor are called prime numbers. That means if you find the factor of the number, there are only two factors, the number itself and the 1. Then we'll say that number is a prime number. We can define this by one more way, that a number which is divisible by only two numbers, the 1 and the number itself. So all natural numbers which are divisible by 1 and itself. They are divisible either by 1 or by itself. All natural numbers which are divisible by 1 and itself only are called natural numbers. Okay, so generally it is denoted by P. So see, 2 is a prime number because you can see it is only divisible by 2 and 1. You can divide 2 by 2 or you can divide 2 by 1. Then 3, then 5, then 7. Now you might have in your mind that these are the only or the odd numbers, but it is not correct, because next number, if I do write 9, definitely it's an odd number, but it's not a prime number, because 9 is divisible by 3, 9 as well as 1. That means it has more than two factors. So we can also say that a prime number has exactly two factors. A prime number has exactly two factors. If you find a number has more than two factors, it is definitely not a prime number. So 2, 3, 5, 7, then 11, then 13, then again if I talk about odd numbers, after 13 there should be 15, but 15 is again has more than two factors. It is divisible by 3, isn't it? It is divisible by 5, it is divisible by 1, as well it is divisible by 15. So it has more than two factors, so it is not a prime number. So 13, then after that 17, and so on. So this is prime number. So here too many things we can conclude. First thing, that a prime number has exactly two factors, 1 and itself. Then next thing, can we say that every odd number is a prime? No, every odd number is not a prime. For example, 9 is a odd, but it's not a prime. 15 is odd, but it's not a prime. 27 is odd, but it's not a prime. But yes, every prime number, can we say every prime number is an odd number? No, that is also false, because there is one number, 2, which is even, although it's a prime. Okay, so here too many things we can conclude. So very first thing that I can conclude that every or simply here I am writing 2 is the only even prime. 2 is the only even prime number. Okay, now every odd number need not be a, yes, every odd number is a prime, but every prime is not an odd. Okay, so note down up to this, then we'll come to the next type of number. Okay, now next we will see is co-prime numbers. After prime numbers, next is co-prime number. Now this co-prime number is very important. Okay, co-prime numbers. Okay, two numbers which do not have any factor common other than 1 are called co-prime numbers. Two natural numbers, two natural numbers two natural numbers such that they do not have any common factor are called, which do not have any common factor, two natural numbers which do not have any common factor, do not have any common factor other than 1 are called co-prime numbers, are called co-prime numbers. Okay, two natural numbers which do not have any common factor other than 1 are called co-prime factors. Okay, any example of co-prime factors? See, if I find the factors of 4, they are 2, 2 and 1. Okay, if I find the factors of 9, there are 3, 3 and 1. Now you might say that neither the 4 is prime nor the 9 is prime, then how can they form a pair of co-prime number? For co-prime numbers, it's need not be that number must be prime. The only thing that they should not have any common factor other than 1. So yes, they have only one common factor, that is 1. Okay, so these 4 and 9 form a pair of co-prime number. There is one more definition of this co-prime number, or we can say it's a property of co-prime number. See, if there are two numbers whose HCF, that is highest common factor, is 1, definitely they are co-prime numbers. So here I can write natural numbers whose HCF is 1 are called co-prime numbers, are called co-prime numbers, are called co-prime. We can also say that this is one of the property of co-prime number, that HCF of co-prime number is always 1. Okay, so let me give you example. 4 and 9. Okay, this is the one of the pair of the co-prime number. There are so many other examples. 13 and 7. 13 and 7. So here, okay, let me give you one more example. 9 and 10. So see, we can say any two consecutive numbers. See, 9, 10 are consecutive numbers. Okay, 11, 12 consecutive numbers. 119, 120 consecutive number. So whenever you write two consecutive numbers, they are always form a pair of co-prime numbers. Okay, as well as if you write any two prime numbers, they are again always co-prime number. Can we say any two odd numbers are always co-prime? Any two odd numbers are always co-prime. Can we say any two odd numbers? See, not always. If I write 9 and 1, definitely they form a co-prime. If I write 9 and 5, they are odd as well as co-prime. But if I write 9 and 27, they are not co-prime. Okay, even though both are odd, but they are not co-prime. Okay, so we can't say that always two even numbers or always two odd numbers are co-primes, but definitely we can say any two prime numbers always form a pair of co-prime, any two consecutive number always form a pair of co-prime. Okay, and one thing more, that co-prime numbers need not to be prime themselves. Okay, so here I'll give you these notes. First note, that co-prime numbers need not be prime. Okay, co-prime numbers need not be prime. Co-prime numbers need not be prime. This is the first thing. That means other than prime numbers, set of prime numbers also be a pair of co-prime numbers. Second note, I can say that two consecutive natural numbers are always two consecutive natural numbers are always co-prime. One more note I can add, two prime numbers are always co-prime. Okay, so note it down. Then we come to the next category of the classification. Okay, now next we will see composite number. Okay, next one is composite number. Okay, so composite numbers we can say, in simple words we can say numbers which are not prime are called composite numbers. Or we can say, see, for prime number there must be exactly two factors. So we can say if a number has more than two factors or three or more than three factors, it's a composite number. So natural numbers which are not prime, or simply numbers which are not prime, numbers which are not prime are called, okay, numbers which are not prime are called composite numbers. Numbers which are not prime are called composite numbers. Or we can say numbers having numbers having factors 2 or more than 2, not 2 or more than 2, simply I can say more than 2 or 3 or more than 2, 3 or more than 3, numbers having factors 3 or more than 3, 3 or more than 3, or simply I can say more than 2, 3 or more than 3 are called are called composite numbers, are called composite numbers. Okay, example we can say, see if I start counting from 1, so 1 is not a composite number, 2 is a prime number, we know, 3 is an odd number and also a prime number, 4. So 4 is the first, I can say first composite number. It has factors. If you find the factors of 4, you'll find there are 3 factors of 4. If I talk about the prime factors, okay, more than 3 or numbers having factors 3 or more than 3. So here factors are 2, 2 and 4. So it has more than 2 factors. So it is a composite number. Okay, so 4, then 6, then 8, then 9, 10 and so on. These are the composite numbers. So here the very first thing, can I say every natural number is a composite number? No. Every whole number is a composite number? No. But yes, every composite number is a natural number. Every composite number is a natural number. Yes, that definitely we can say. Okay, every composite number is integer as well. Now what about 1? See, 2 we know is an even number as well as it's a prime number, or we can say 2 is the only even prime number. What about 1? Can we say 1 is a composite number? No, because it does not have more than one factor. Actually it has only one factor. Okay, it is also not a prime number, because a number to be prime it must have two factors, but 1 has only one factor. So 1 is neither composite nor prime. Okay, so 1 is neither composite nor prime. Okay, it's neither a composite number, not a, as well as not a prime number. Okay, so note it down, then we'll see the next category of the number system. Okay, after this composite number, now we'll come to the rational number. It is very important. Actually, our this chapter number system is actually, we can say, in this we have to discuss more about rational number and then one more irrational number. So first we'll see the rational number. What rational number is? Rational number. So rational number is a number that can be present in the form of P upon Q, that is numerator upon denominator. That means there must be in the numerator, there must be in the denominator with some conditions. Here denominator should not be equal to 0. Okay, so if it is possible to write a number in this form, that is P upon Q form, that is something upon something form where denominator should not be equal to 0, then we'll say that number is a rational number. So the numbers that can be represented in the form of P upon Q, in the form P upon Q, where Q is not equal to 0 also, and P and Q should not have any common factor. Okay, first condition, it should be in the P upon Q. Second condition, denominator should not be equal to 0. Third condition, P and Q should not have any common factor. If it is possible to write a given number in that form, we will say that number is a rational number. So is called rational number, Okay, again I'm reading this definition: the numbers that can be represented in the form P upon Q, where Q is not equal to 0 and P and Q should not have any common factor, is called a rational number, or called rational numbers. Example, we can say, very simple example, if I say 1 upon 2. Now, can I say a rational number is negative as well? Yes, negative numbers can be rational number. For example, if I write minus 7 upon 2, it's a rational number. The only thing that you have to check whether it is in the P upon Q form or not. Yes, it is P upon Q form. Denominator should not be equal to 0. Yes, denominator is not equal to 0. Okay, here I took 2, let it be 3. It is P upon Q form. Okay, now can I say 1 upon 3, 5 is a rational number? So what I have to see, is it possible to write this number in the form of P upon Q? Yes, I can write 1.35 in the form of 135 upon 100. Now I do check all three conditions. Yes, it is in the P upon Q form. Q is not equal to 0. Can I simplify this? Yes, because see here 5 is because numerator and denominator both are divisible by 5. So if I divide by 5, what I will get? Yes. So here 1.35 can be written or can be represented in such a way that it is in the P upon Q, first condition. Q is not equal to 0, second condition. Now they do not have any common factor. When I say P and Q should not have any common factor, here one thing more, P and Q should not have any common factor other than 1. So better to include this other than 1. Other than 1. Or in other words, I can say P and Q must be co-primes. Okay. So definitely this is also a prime number. Okay, can we now can I say this 7 is a prime as a rational number? Yes. Why? Because 7 can be written as 7 upon 1. So it is also a rational number. Now my question is, can I say 1 is a rational number? Can I say 1 is a rational number? Yes, because 1 can be written in the form of 1 upon 1. The simple thing, you have to check three things. First, is it possible to write in the form of P upon Q? Yes, it is in the form of P upon Q. Second thing, is it possible to second thing, the Q should not be equal to 0. Denominator should not be equal to 0. Yes, denominator is 1, it is not equal to 0. Denominator is 1, it is not equal to 0. And third thing, they should not have any common factor, or in other words, they must be prime numbers. So these two have the common factor, but other than 1. So they have a common factor 1 only. So that is allowed. Okay. So these are the examples of the rational number. Now my question is, can we say 0 is a rational number? Can we say 0 is a rational number? Let us see. Can I write 0 in the form of 0 upon 1? 0 can be written as 0 upon 1, yes, or 0 upon 2 or 0 upon 3. If you divide 0 by any quantity, you will always get a 0. 0 upon anything is always 0. Now, do check. Is it in the form of P upon Q? Yes, it is in the form of P upon Q. Now, can we say denominator is not equal to 0? Yes, denominator is not equal to 0. So second condition is also fulfilled. Third, do they have any common factor other than 1? No, they do not have any common factor other than 1. So definitely 0 is also a rational number. That means we can say positive numbers can be rational number, negative numbers can be rational number, as well as 0 is rational number. So we can say every natural number is a rational number. We can say every whole number is a rational number. We can say every integer is a rational number. Isn't it? Every prime number is a rational number. Every composite number is a rational number. Every even or odd number is a rational number. Okay, so please note it down, and then we'll see the next thing. See, here it is a rational number. Now, if a number is not rational, then it is an irrational number. So next we will see irrational number. But first of all, note it down. Okay, after this rational number, we'll see the irrational number. See, however, irrational number, we have to come again. It's a, we can say, different subtopic of this chapter. But here, as we are in the classification of numbers, so we'll see irrational number in very short. And in the detail, we'll see in our upcoming lectures. So, irrational numbers. Irrational number. See, in simple words we can say, see here just I am giving you the definition, do write the definition. As I told you, we'll come to this particular topic once again. So here a number which is not rational is called irrational numbers. Okay, numbers which are not rational, numbers which are not rational, numbers which are not rational are called irrational numbers, are called irrational numbers. Okay, that is the definition. Okay, example I am giving you, just note it down. I am saying I will come to this topic once again. So we can say square root of 2, square root of 3, pi, third root of 5, and so on. There are so many irrational numbers. Now, after irrational numbers, next is, last one is real numbers. Real numbers. So we can say the collection of rational numbers and irrational numbers is called the real numbers. Or in other words, we can say numbers which can be represented on the number line. Okay, so numbers which can be represented on number line, numbers which can be represented on number line are called real numbers, Okay, so note down these two definitions. Okay, here if you want to give some examples, so 5, 0, minus 3, minus 7 by 2, root 2, root 5, and so on. Okay. Okay, so that is all about this lecture. Now we will meet in next lecture. Till then, bye. Thank you.